Alright, hey there, you guys. So now that the PlayStation Showcase is out of the way, we get to really look forward to the Xbox Showcase. And I feel like Xbox is in a very rare moment where they've been given an opportunity where they can definitely stand out amongst its competitors with Xbox or with PlayStation and with Nintendo. And I feel like this is the time that Xbox can really utilize this platform, this showcase that they're gonna have, and really mark their place as a real competitor to the other companies. So the PlayStation Showcase wasn't what people wanted, especially if you're a PlayStation fan. It didn't deliver as far as what a lot of us wanted, expected, rumored, whatever you want to say. And there's really no sign of a Nintendo Direct anytime soon. So the summer's really clear for Xbox as the only first party console developer to kind of really show off their console, show off the games on their console. And one of the things that I feel like PlayStation is really lacking right now is the fact that PlayStation hasn't really had a really super solid PlayStation 5 exclusive. You had things like Ratchet and Clank, which is a great game and it looks amazing, but it is still not really like that next generation, current generation like thing that we're looking for. And Burning Shores was definitely it, and Horizon Forbidden West. But again, Burning Shore was DLC, and that's kind of the best that we've seen of PlayStation 5. So we're still kind of waiting for that big current gen graphical showcase or something that just proves that the power of these consoles are something different than the last generation. And I feel like Xbox is in that position where they could really set up a good line of games in the pipeline that look like current gen, that look like the next step. I remember they had that little like I remember Xbox had that little showcase of Unreal Engine 5 on like Hellblade and like the voice actor and stuff like that, and it looked amazing and really unreal. So I feel like again, if they can kind of harness that energy and mark their spot before PlayStation does as far as like the current gen um, games go, then they could really have an opportunity to kind of turn their situation around. So let's just kind of talk about it a little bit more. Yeah, I think if you look back at Xbox history, they always kind of hit their stride when the other companies weren't. So even like when the original Xbox came out, they were like the new kid on the block, and they were very exciting. And the Sega Dreamcast was like on a huge decline. No one was interested in the Sega Dreamcast. Um, Nintendo had the GameCube, which no one at the time was as interested in the GameCube as they were with, say, like the PlayStation 2. And then the Xbox kind of being that direct competitor to the PlayStation 2 and being something different, especially with like its online and stuff like that. Like they provided a different ecosystem than PlayStation, than GameCube, than Dreamcast did. So I think if they can kind of utilize this momentum, this opportunity that everyone is kind of under down as far as like presentations go, then this could definitely be a moment, a huge turning point for Xbox. Not to say that they're gonna overtake the Nintendo Switch or overtake the PlayStation 5. They don't really need to. What they do need to do is reinforce their trust with their consumers. Let people know who are like the diehard Xbox fans that look, Xbox is here to make games and awesome games at that. And this will be a huge opportunity for like Xbox fanboys to kind of like rub it in PlayStation people's faces. Like, look, we have Hellblade and it looks amazing. We have the next Gears of War that's gonna come out. Starfield is gonna rock. They have games coming out this year. They do. They really do, and they can set up more games for next year. Cause I mean, even at this point, all they gotta do is show Starfield, and it has to be pretty decent. They should just give a release date to Forza, and already they're probably ahead of the PlayStation Showcase. Then, if you can do things like do some surprise announcements, give us some look at Avowed or Fable, Perfect Dark, all these games that you've been talking about. Now's the time that they show it. And if they have the ability to show these games and they look fun, they can definitely drum up a lot of hype, and everyone's gonna be talking about what Xbox is going to be doing in 2024 and how Xbox is going to be the must purchase console in 2024. It gives them a head start in this holiday season where, yeah, sure, people are going to pick up PlayStation 5s to play Spider-Man 2. That's a given. They're probably going to pick up PlayStation 5s just as a default station. But if you can kind of drum up that conversation, that hype around your box again, maybe you can start turning the tides, and you're not going to be on a decline of selling consoles. You're going to be a competitor again. You're going to be out consoling Nintendo and PlayStation to some degree. And again, if Xbox drops the ball hard on this showcase, then I mean they have no one else to blame but themselves at this point, because PlayStation essentially took the year off. They have Spider-Man 2, and that's going to be a great game, but that's really their only game that they themselves have that's first party. Nintendo has Tears of the Kingdom, which is, again, is a great game, and it's probably going to win Game of the Year. So there looks like they're going to be taking the rest of the year off after that. Obviously, these both companies are going to be dropping smaller games, exclusive games, other things to kind of fill out their consoles, but none of them are going to have bigger games going into the holiday season, at least that we know of. So Xbox can definitely take advantage of this moment, and if they can say, hey, Forza's coming out soon, Starfield's coming out soon, and they both look good and they both look great, and then you, again, talk about 2024, talk about some of the games that we're going to be seeing. Let us see something that gives us faith that Xbox is going to come back, and it's going to come back hard. And then you compare that with Game Pass as well. It starts to look like a really good deal and a really good value, this whole thing that Xbox has been kind of pitching. Then Xbox can definitely get back in this race. Phil Spencer infamously said that there's no clean slate anymore, that because of the digital libraries that consoles have, that there's no like starting back from ground zero. Well, I feel like this is the closest opportunity Xbox is ever going to get to that clean slate, quote unquote, idea that Phil Spencer talked about. Look, we know what PlayStation has, and it looks like it's just Spider-Man 2. Nintendo pretty much said that they're not going to have a direct this summer, and they're going to be at Gamescom, and we don't really know what to expect at Gamescom. So right now, the most hype time this summer, this kind of E3 Summer Games Fest era, is left up to Xbox to fill, and they can definitely start turning the conversation. But if they do not have anything to show right now, then they're probably going to stay last place forever, because 2024, we know PlayStation is probably going to announce some big games. We know that Nintendo Switch going into 2024 is probably going to have some big moves they're going to be making. So, again, if Xbox can just capitalize on 2023, then they do have a fighting chance in this current generation. So, what does Xbox have to do to really kind of surprise people? Well, if I'm being honest, the bar is set really, really low. PlayStation didn't show any gameplay. Nintendo Switch, all we know for them is they have Pikmin 4. Not that Pikmin 4 is a bad game, it's just not on the same level as, say, Tears of the Kingdom. So all Xbox really has to do is deliver on your promises, give a release date to Forza, make sure Starfield is fun, and show us gameplay of some of the games that you've announced. We've seen teaser trailers, so you can't show us teaser trailers. You gotta show us gameplay of Fable. You gotta show us gameplay of Avowed. Show us gameplay of Perfect Dark. Any one of those games, just show us some gameplay, and we're sold. Then you just like drop some teaser trailer of some unannounced games, which Phil Spencer said in his kind of funny interview that they have some unannounced games that they're ready to show. And I feel like Xbox, they don't want to say that they're confident, but they seem pretty confident, because Xbox Twitter account was like posting PlayStation Showcase Direct information. So I think they're pretty confident, they're pretty full of themselves, they know they have a good showcase, and this is the moment, man. I feel it, and I'm hoping for Xbox, I'm rooting for Xbox. I might be buying an Xbox Series X or S in 2024. This might be the time. Anyways, those are my final thoughts on this topic. Do me a favor and like the video if you guys enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing and let me know down below. Do you guys have faith that Xbox can deliver, or are they going to just pull another Xbox thing and drop the ball again? With that, I'll see you guys in the next video.